What's up, guys? How you doing today? Welcome back again. Now your boy be Adamslink. Welcome back to another crazy video. Please try as much as possible to like this video, comment, share it on all the platform. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, adamslinkmedia. Make sure you subscribe, then click that bell notification to get update anytime I upload. So guys, yesterday 23rd November, UK Parliament sat and they were debating whether to sanction Nigerian, Buhari's government, the soldiers, everybody involved in that Lekki Tollgate shooting and this Endsars massacre. They were debating whether to sanction them or not. And of course, they came out with some resolution and some shocking revolution that some of us already knew, while some of us don't even know anything about it. But the thing that really makes me happy is that they admitted vividly that yes, indeed, some of our Nigerian politicians have looted many funds to store in UK banks, UK property. They have looted so many funds from us. And meanwhile, while discussing about this parliament trying to sanction our government, I'll be looking at this Gowon issue, half of CBN, Lia Mohammed, Buhari, and some other people that they have mentioned. And firstly, let me just start by reading some comments on Twitter. Someone wrote, William, he said, watching the UK Parliament debate Endsars made me realize our National Assembly is a joke. I mean, I knew they were clown, but we don't have democracy in this country and we must change it. Another person said, he said, breaking, UK Parliament Anonymous decided to sanction Nigerian government and army official who participated in the Endsars human rights violation. The parliament insists that Nigerian officials should not enjoy the liberties they deny their citizens as home in the UK. So they have decided that they're going to sanction those people who are involved, and they should not enjoy the liberty. They should not enjoy the democracy that they have denied our own people in their home state. And some other sanctions too. And another person wrote, he said, a government official in UK Parliament just stated today in their season that they all know that Yakubu Gowon stole half the Central Bank of Nigeria and took it to London. They are the clowns we taught in school to see as heroes. These are the clowns we were taught in school to see as heroes. Yakubu Gowon, of course, now, when you were in school, they must have taught you about Yakubu Gowon. But surprisingly, guys, the UK Parliament allows us to know that the person that we thought was our hero stole half of Central Bank, took half of Central Bank during this time to store in London. Another person wrote, said the UK Parliament said there is a need to set a distinction between the looters and the hoodlums from the actual peaceful protesters. Meanwhile, members of the Lagos House of Assembly were saying we were all one. I don't know how foreigners can be more for us than our own king. So somebody in UK Parliament said there's a need to set aside the protesters, set aside the hoodlums, set aside the looters. That there shouldn't be addressing them as one. You know, our government have been addressing the whole hoodlums, protesters, everyone as Endsars protesters. But the UK Parliament said no, there's a need to separate them, because there were actually some people. There were majority of people who went there for peaceful protests. They didn't loot, nothing. They went there for peaceful protests. While there were some who went there in the sole purpose of looting. And there were some who also went there having that hoodlums mindset in their mind. So another person said, I am not surprised at the revolution by members of the UK Parliament on General Gowon. No Nigeria former head of state is innocent. They all took Nigerian money to the UK and the present one is still doing it. Even the UK government is aware. Then another one said, some 250k people signing a petition meant that the UK Parliament had to table a Nigeria issue. Endsars today. No law in Nigeria, as we speak, allow that targeted sanctioned real not Lia Mohammed threat are on the table against specific individuals. It's true, guys. You know, when there's pressing issues, like the UK government will allow people to table their signature in order for them to sign and let them address it. But in our government, in our system of government, nobody allowed such a thing. You know, we were allowed the privilege in UK to sign something so that they can table Nigeria issue. But over here, whether you sign 1 million signature, nothing will still happen. So guys, somebody also said, how can the UK Parliament be showing more care and concern for Nigerians than the highly paid government of Nigeria itself? Are they not embarrassed? Well, guys, those are the few response from this whole this whole UK Parliament trying to sanction Nigeria. But the fact is that what I want to ask is that is stopping them from traveling to UK enough? We have other countries, so Dubai is the new age of storing money. That is just the fact. It's the new age. We even go to UK again to store money. Let us be frank. We even go to that place to store money again. Everybody is going to Dubai. Everybody is going to Dubai. So UK is the whole place. It's like an old bank that people don't even want to go anymore because of this kind of sanctions. Let's just be frank. But one thing is that is the sanction from UK enough to threaten our government? Is it enough to tell them that, okay, it's about time for them to start doing what they're supposed to do? Is it enough? Leave your comment, guys. If you think it's enough for them to start, okay, it's about time we start doing what we're supposed to be doing, leave your comment. To me, I don't think that's enough. Well, guys, because the only sanction that I'm seeing here is stopping them from traveling to UK, stopping them from enjoying this the democracy that they have in UK that they denied our own persons. But this is what someone wrote. It said, any sanction from UK Parliament and UK government that affects only the perpetrators and not immediate family will be useless. All developed nations should ban them and families from schooling and getting health care in their country. Let them use Ghana hospital. You hear? He said, any UK parliaments who sit to sanction only the perpetrators, the government perpetrators on this old Endsars issue is useless. He's saying that they should equally ban the immediate family. That means if you are guilty for corruption or anything like that, you yourself should be banned, and also your wife, your kids, even your family members also should be banned from traveling because of your own sin. Well, I don't think that will be possible. But before I conclude, let us watch some few clips from the UK Parliament together. Okay, let's watch this.
We need to call out the corruption. We need to use the powers that we have in this country to stop those who are profiting from the wealth of that great nation and hiding it here. Now, some people will remember when General Gowon left Nigeria with half the central bank, so it is said, and moved to London. We know that today, even now, in this great city of ours, there are, sadly, some people who have taken from the Nigerian people and hidden their ill-gotten gains here. We know that our banks, sadly, have been used for that profit and for that illegal transfer of assets. And that means that the UK is in an almost unique position in being able to actually do something, to really exert pressure on those who have robbed the Nigerian people. Now, this puts a particular onus on the Minister, and I know my right honourable friend knows it, that using Magnitsky sanctions today isn't just about protecting Nigeria, although it is. It's not just about respecting Nigerian young people who have been robbed and murdered by these SARS units. It's actually about protecting the United Kingdom, because what happens in Nigeria matters fundamentally to us here. This is the third country of the Commonwealth. This is a country of 200 million people. It is going to be the great economic powerhouse of Africa and one of the great economic powerhouses of the world. This is a country whose wealth, not just in the oil off the river state, but in the imagination and creativity of its people, is witnessed every day in Nollywood, and perhaps more my style, at the great University of Jos. This is a country that gives so much to the world already, despite the fact that it is ill-governed, brutalised and robbed. Just imagine what it could give if the Plateau State...
Man, I keep watching this thing and be like, how can these people know so much, appreciate us as a Nigerian more than our own government? Like, just see the speech, eh? Even if he's talking in a diplomatic way, at least that speech will really, really encourage you. Yeah?
Nigeria's future and our future too. So, Minister, I don't think that words from the government today are going to be enough, because I think we've got to show our solidarity, demonstrate it by identifying and targeting those that we know are responsible for terrible violence and abuses that the activists have faced. The least we should do is to make sure that those who have murdered Nigerians and deprived them of their human rights aren't able to benefit from trade or travel to the UK. In my view, that should include the leaders of the government and the military who are even now, refusing to allow transparent and fair investigations to happen and for justice to be implemented. What I want to hear from the Minister today is that a list of Magnitsky, I've never said that word properly, sanctions is being created and action against those on that list taken in weeks and not years. Our role in this must be, I think.
Well, guys, listen to another one.
Now is the time to hold officials to account for their crimes against humanity that they have embarked on. So I call for an impartial human investigation into these human rights violence and to begin a process to secure justice for victims and their family. As we try to make sense of the incidents, we must ask uncomfortable questions of ourselves. I'm referring to the fact that British officials trained SARS police squad from 2016 up until this year, 2020, and they also trained the Nigerian army. Now I have to ask, what did this training actually entail? Could it have prevented escalation of this kind? Now, standing here as a proud British Nigerian, I implore the Minister and colleagues across the House to pursue answers to these questions and do what it can to facilitate Nigeria's fight for freedom.
One constituent wrote to me to say recently that she watched a documentary on how Nigerian military opened fire on unharmed children who were happily and peacefully demonstrating and carrying Nigerian flags. Many were killed mercilessly. She said she cried and said to me, "This could have been anyone." My constituents are right in demanding we see long-term action. A statement of condemnation, like my colleagues have mentioned just now, is not enough. As a country which subscribes to international human rights law, we must be quicker to act to support those who are having their rights infringed upon them around the world.
We still see some of those protesters still in detention today, and many others having financial restrictions and other actions taken against them. And I would be interested to know what assessment the Minister has made of the situation today with those who were involved in those protests. But of course, as many have explained today, this massacre and the other atrocities that we've seen are only part of the picture. They are part of a picture of brutality over a number of years, extraordinary brutality and violations by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, otherwise known as SARS.
Well, guys, the last people that spoke actually said something. They said, one of the women said that the UK must still be held responsible because they trained some unit in SARS and also trained Nigeria police. So why? What such training were the British giving SARS and Nigeria police that makes them to go out there and carry such acts on Nigeria? And also, the guy that spoke last said that so many Endsars protesters are still in detention. We all know that so many of them are still in detention, and I think something needs to be done about that to free all those people. So basically, guys, like I've said before, me generally, I don't think, see, I've got to the point in this country that I see that nothing moves our government, nothing moves them at all, nothing moves them. Like, if you ask me, will this help, I will tell you wholeheartedly, no, it won't. Nothing will happen. I will tell you wholeheartedly, no. Well, I'm here to be surprised if something actually happens. If things turn around, I'm here. Yeah, I want to see surprises. But for me, that's just how I feel. So leave a comment below, guys, and tell me exactly how you feel about everything. And meanwhile, Lia Mohammed is not so happy. Lia Mohammed is not so happy about this. And of course, the federal government had also well, let me tell you what Lia Mohammed wrote. Meanwhile, guys, Lia Mohammed said that he wrote to CNN yesterday, and he said the report is capable of setting Nigeria on fire. In the letter, he said, our attention has been drawn to an investigation by CNN entitled "How a Bloody Night of Bullets Quashed a Young Protester Movement," and aired on 8 November 2020, in which the international news organization said it had uncovered that Nigeria's security force opened fire on armed protesters at Lekki Tollgate in Lagos, Nigeria, during the Endsars protest. And the letter read, in the first instance, the report did not live up to the most basic of the core principle of journalism, balance and fairness. Rushing to air such a momentous story without presenting the government side is inexcusable and indefensible. CNN said it has conducted over 100 protesters and family members, but did not speak to one official of Nigeria government, while CNN said there was no response from the army, and the officials of the Lagos state would not speak in the view of the judicial panel that is investigating the matter. It did not say what effort is made to speak with any officials of the federal government. The truth is, the CNN did not even attempt to reach the federal government, who presented the report and most probably led the investigation. Basically, it's saying that the CNN report is trash and that it's capable of setting Nigeria on fire. That it doesn't represent fairness of journalism. That they should have waited to hear from both sides. But the CNN said they have sent numerous letters to government officials for response, but they have not responded. So guys, meanwhile, I'm going to leave you with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for always contributing. See you in my next video. Bye.